Alright everybody, it's been a while since I made a video. Let me tell you what's going on. So I'm going to upgrade the Midwest rinsing module to a long distance remote. So I bought this, got an external antenna. This is supposed to, be like 10 miles or something crazy like that. So I should be able to get enough hose and wash the whole town without moving my trailer. Here's the remote that come with it, and the problem I was having is I was pulling, if I pulled out the whole reel of 250 foot and I was on the back side. Last year I did a lot of duplexes. I was backside of a duplex or several duplexes, and I would hit the remote and thinking I'm going to rinse, and I'm waiting and nothing comes through. Then I'd have to lift my antenna up thinking I'm rinsing. It still wouldn't do it, so I'd have to walk around the side of the building where it was more of a clear sight to the trailer, and then it would work. That was on a probably 200 feet, 150, 200 feet. And my Flow Pro, which I'm going to buy another Flow Pro, I sold the other one because I thought once I got all this, I wasn't going to need, to downstream, but I need to have something, secondary in case this goes down on a big job. I can hit the Flow Pro back again and start downstreaming. But the Flow Pro came with this style of remotes, and never once did it not turn on or off with the antenna down. And I was every bit as far away, because I got 250 foot of this hose too, and I was every bit that far away with this, and this never failed me. So I bought the same kind. Now I know it's not going to be exact, but this looks exact. It's got the little on and off button on the side. This is pretty close, but it does have this antenna. So what I did with this Midwest one, when I was having troubles with it, I pulled this antenna out. So let me get this in here. What I did was this antenna was coiled up right here. It's only about this long. So the first thing I did was I expanded this antenna and had it going across this box, and it still didn't make any difference. And I didn't figure it'd make any difference bringing it outside of this plastic enclosure. Now if it was a metal enclosure, that's another story. And sure enough, I could bring the antenna out and nothing. So now we're going to put this in here, and basically it's a double pole single throw relay. So it's basically the wiring exactly the same. So just take these off, put them right here. We got output and input. So that should give me the distance I need. This whole kit right here was $40. I'll leave a link to it. And I will keep this. I mean, this is still a good remote. It just doesn't have the distance I need. So I can use this on other projects. I make Halloween props, and this will work good for something like that. So it's not junk. So anyway, basically, since this is the same exact layout, we just need to take the wires off, put them in here, set this in. I think I'll have to set the remote up, drill a little bigger hole right here for the antenna. Okay, one great thing about having cell phones is you always have a camera. So I'm going to take a photo of this just in case I get a wire off and can't figure out why it's not working, or get it in the wrong place. But if we do one at a time, we shouldn't have a problem. Alright, so I loosened these lugs up, and let's start with the bottom one here. It looks like the most jumbled. Got that loose. Okay. These. There we go. Twist those together a little better. And now, I don't have it loose enough evidently. I don't want to lose those screws. There we go. All right, when I'm done, I'm going to switch it over to the flat blade because you can get more torque on those screws. All right, these. Let's see. Line these up and twist them together. There we go. All right. A little delicate. All right, that looks good. All right. Goes here. Ooh, I need some coffee. Okay, and then the last one. For my light. Screw this down a little bit farther since it's just the one. Always something. All right, let's go. All right, now I'm going to switch over to the, whoop, that's not how you do it on this one. Flat blade. You can get a lot more torque on those screws. That's why they're there. And all right. Uh-oh. Oh, I think that's just the extra wire, so you can change the pattern of flash right here. So I think if you hit this with 12 volts while it's on, it changes the pattern. I'm pretty sure that's what that is, because that wasn't hooked up. All right, so this is in here with Velcro. Maybe I can get this on with Velcro too. Let's see if that'll come off. Okay. One easy way doing the Velcro is putting them together and then taking whatever you're gonna, oh, I can't do that. I've got this antenna, so I'm gonna have to move this over to the middle farther. see if I can move it. And it's not, it doesn't have to hold it good. You could just throw it in there loose and put a piece of foam in there. So I'll move this over and up a little bit. Put this on. Okay, now I can do that. So let me get back with you as soon as I drill that hole big enough for that antenna. Okay, so before I did anything else, I just wanted to see if it was going to work. You can hear that this is paired to the receiver, but nothing's working. And so I looked a little closer on this, and you can see this is DC input plus minus, DC input plus minus, that's right. But the DC output, this one is minus plus, and this one is plus minus. So I need to reverse these leads and these leads, just switch them. All right, so I switched those leads, and wouldn't you know it, it works. So anyway, here I was showing you guys how not to get them mixed up and, you know, put the wires on right, and I do it right in front of you. Some of you may have caught it, I didn't. Of course, I have to take my glasses off to see. I'm gonna use that as an excuse, because I can't get my head up high enough to get my readers working. All right, so we're back to square one. Turn that baby off. All right, so I'm just gonna leave everything in place and come up at an angle. All right, there we go. What I'll do is, when I'm done, is I'll put a little silicone around the bottom. So let's get this thing on here. All right, there we go. Let's see if I can get this stuck in place. All right, it looks good. Uh-oh. Oh, this is on the plate. I thought I had to go through a hole. All right. All right, you know what I think I'm going to do? I got to looking around here. This is not a good place for that, but this is. So I could actually put it on the side like that. I think that's going to be better. So if I put it somewhere on the side, I might have to wire tie it on. It's not the most powerful magnet. And then I'm going to push the excess up in here, because there's no moving parts. And so I'll just cram all that in the box and make it look nice and tidy. All right, so I'm just going to put it up here, throw a couple of wire ties over that to hold it, and then a wire tie here, and a little silicone on that hole, and that'll be done. Another reason why I didn't like this remote, not only did it not have the distance, but these buttons were very easy to push. These are set in, and they're quite a bit harder to push. I would say, well, I would say twice as hard to push. And even when I had this in the bag that you carry and swing, it swings around your neck and whatever, I'd be rinsing and I'd be like, it looks like I'm shooting soap. And sure enough, I'd walk around and my old light would be on, because somehow I'd hit the on button. And when I was using the FloPro with this type remote, that did not happen one time. So, and also this one's harder to lose. I'd lost one of these for 2 weeks and I finally found it, but this is more substantial. The next thing is, it takes a regular 9-volt battery, where this takes that weird little bitty 12-volt. So, you know, everybody's got 9 volts laying around, but not everybody has this little baby right there. So there's some positives to upgrading to this, not only with the distance, but ease of use, functionality and stuff. And right here, it took me a while to wrap my head around it. You've got to have this on for it to work, or to program. So here's the deal. It says F and N, and I kept wondering what the heck's that mean. But you couldn't put a O and a O for on and off, so they're using the last letter of the word. So off is F, on is N. So if you just remember that, it needs to be in the N position to work. All right, don't forget to remove your battery from your remotes when you put them in storage over the winter, or even, 3 or 4 months. Just take the battery out. You know how those things will sneak up on you and leak.